matchups in the history of college football have had games, and more specifically, endings etched into the memory banks, etched into the lore of the sport more than the Iron Bowl. From the kick six to the grave digger, you just hear those words. Emotions, frustrations stirred up that last a whole year. And in a rivalry game like this one, we can only hope for another classic like those. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. While it didn't have the drama we've come to expect in past Iron Bowls, last year's game in Tuscaloosa was certainly one where Auburn fans had to feel as if they missed some opportunities.
No, Alabama didn't make it easy on themselves last year either because they turned it over 4 different times. In the end, it was Jalen Milroe's legs that made the difference. 3 rushing touchdowns for him. Of course, he's not in Tuscaloosa anymore, David. They're going to have to keep running the football efficiently if they're going to win this one.
And these games get weird on their home fields. And Auburn's got to feel confident at home. Like, something always happens crazy on the Plains. They always play Alabama tough. Last year, obviously, was not that competitive. Different site, different ballgame.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Looking for a man, it's Simpson. Under fire! Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. A low line drive and short kick. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tigers offense has the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get into the ground. That is a ball.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, you know, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but Man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And tackled there by the defense.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense was all over it. They know 3rd down, the quarterback could be a viable threat in the run game. Played physical, played close to the line of scrimmage, made the big stop.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Setting up the screen. He's past the 30. It's a running room. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Frazier.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Coleman. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Finds his man. It's Singleton. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. He's in open space downfield.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open. You're not forcing the football into traffic. You're not freaking out and throwing it away or running out of bounds. Just go get what you can get. It's a positive play for the offense.
The Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
The Tigers are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle at Simmons. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Snags it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to pass, it's Simpson. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He'll throw it. Pulls it in. It's Williams. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Got it in the middle. It's Cuevas. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. Got a man. It's Bernard. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period, 1st down here. Caught in the backfield, it's Bernard. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Alabama! Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Singleton. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. And the Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw again. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like, fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on 3rd down to try to get a 1st down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Snags it quickly on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Motion from the wideout. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lewis. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Simpson. Quickly to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got a man, it's Williams. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. The give is to Miller. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking to throw for it. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver. You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished with a huge play in the passing game, covering 66 yards to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on! He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Creates a little space. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. He tries to take the top off. Pulls it in down the middle. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy,
Turning on the Jets. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The transition from Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer certainly gave growing pains to the Crimson Tide, and they're expecting progress in year 2.
It wasn't smooth. I mean, you expand the playoff, obviously, further, and they still don't make it, so a lot of upset Alabama fans, Jesse, but year 2, obviously, a chance to change that more of...
There he goes! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Makes the grab. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Lets it fly. Touchdown time. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Coleman. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Tight end now in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man, take care of your running back.
Wants to throw on third. Grab near the marker, it's Singleton. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. And don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch inside the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So an 82-yard drive there. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Here he comes with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Cuevas. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. To the air, it's Simpson. Makes the grab. There he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Singleton. Wide open spaces. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Fields. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Simmons. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Auburn doing business in the red zone. They just keep firing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that, but the offense puts a great drive together, great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Miller with the ball. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Horton. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got him downfield. It's a seam wide open. He's at the touchdown, Bama. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Now the play fake. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there.
Ball's out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Alabama! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
PAT unit on the field. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The give to the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Snagged out of the air. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Quick release on the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught close to the marker. It's Bernard. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the 1st down.
Rides the back on the option to give. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Just feeds the running back. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Off play action on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Got his man in the middle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
It is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Singleton. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Frazier.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to keep it in the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Simmons. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Slants against man. That wide receiver has to win right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback timing with the wide receiver, put it on the money. Wide receiver's probably still going to get hit too and got to hold on to that thing.
Leaves it with the running back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Frazier. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. And the ball is out, and they're after it. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Off the RPO, complete. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
The give is to Miller. Alabama will get the 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
That's caught. It's Williams. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Wide receiver going in motion. Caught behind the line. It's Lewis. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Caught in the backfield. It's Horton. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
To throw, it's Simpson. Catch in the middle, it's Bernard. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's first and goal.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? QB draw. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Still some work to do here on third and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown has ensued. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Runs through a tackle. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Grab near the marker. It's Howard. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the tailback. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, and that is just not a well-executed bubble screen by the offense. I think the biggest problem was the location of the throw. If he gets that out in front of his wide receiver, he would have been able to advance it, but because he had to reach back for it, he got tackled right away. We'll have to do better down the road.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. He'll do it himself. Oh, a lot of space. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the entire playbook is wide open on 2nd and short like this. The handoff, keep working on that clock. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
They'll ride the hot hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Even with this lead, they'll throw again. Fires to the tight end. That will be in the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.